all, thank you so much for having me today. It's a pleasure to share a little bit about what I have been doing. So I would like to share, let me see, to share my screen. Share screen. You cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing. Sorry. I have to just wait a little bit. Okay. I should be able to share now. So let me do it like this. Okay, so can you all see my slides, right? So it's interesting actually because I have these slides prepared. But then this entire week, so many things has happened at work, which made me almost to not share these like slides because it diverted a little bit my thinking and what I actually wanted to share about. So stuttering impacts us a lot. Impacts us, it creates so many times anxiety. It creates a low self-esteem, isolation, identity blur, and also it does impact our, let's say, professional life. I have been, let's say, personally impacted a lot, especially when I was a child and a teenager. As you can probably hear me talking, I am a person who stutters. So I have also been through a lot of different challenges on how to handle my stutter. But at work this week, so recently, let me just go back a little bit. A few months ago, I have been selected to be the co-chair of the disability inclusion section at my workplace, which is great. But I was given the task to find a team, to put together a team. Actually, right now I am the only chair. I need to find another co-chair. And I would have no idea that it's so hard for people to come out and say, like, I struggle with something, I have a disability. I know that stuttering is not always considered a disability, but let's say any type of challenge in that sense, disability or some other type of challenge. And I know people, they're also like, just like me, stutter. And I was talking to this person saying, would you like to join my team? And the person was like, I would never dare to be the face of the disability inclusion because I don't feel comfortable to actually disclose that I stutter because I am like afraid this is gonna impact me at work with my team and I don't feel comfortable. And I see a lot of people, people who have, let's say, autism or some other challenges, that they are really like afraid to come out and just talk about what they have been going through and like work together to raise awareness at work about inclusion and diversity. They don't want to be seen as different. So this for me has been a great wake-up call because, as I will be talking later, is that Stuttering Society is all about community. And community is so important and is so like quintessential for us. But we also need to start understanding how to be ourselves when we are not with our own community, when we are outside at work or let's say with people from other environments, with our families. And how can we become who we are? How can we break out of this shame and guilt and the way that we look at ourselves sometimes, to feel comfortable to be who we are and to understand who we actually are? Because sometimes we tend to focus so much on how we talk or how we don't talk that we sometimes forget to also understand that we have a lot of other characteristics and talents and skills that really form who we are. a little bit about my journey for people who don't know me, and I am here just talking nonstop. So my name is Raiani. I am from Brazil. My journey until I started like studying society. So I have a bachelor in journalism from a British university in London, and I did my master's in security and diplomacy. I worked for the United Nations, for NATO. I have lived in 6 countries outside Brazil. I'm a singer-songwriter with 2 albums. And despite all of my great, let's say, achievements, I very often felt like a nobody just because of how I talk. I would often feel like I can have all of these achievements, but when I'm talking to people in my everyday, I feel so sometimes embarrassed and I have this sense of shame, and it's so difficult to come out of it. And I was not like talking about it to anyone. I didn't want to disclose. So it got to a point where I was tired of just sitting there and feeling like a victim, and feeling bad about it. And I decided to do something. And that's when I decided to create Stuttering Society, which is my next. So Stuttering Society for me came out of a necessity to come to terms with I stutter. As simple as that. Just accept. I know that we have been talking about acceptance and the word, to say that I accept, but right now I don't know which other word to use. But just to come to terms with the fact that I talk sometimes in a different way and I have my own blocks and I'm not always able to express myself in the way that I would like to. And to understand that I am more than my like stuttering, and stuttering shouldn't be a reason that I don't do certain things or to stop me from being who I want to be. And also to create community, because community was the one thing that I grew up feeling like I was lacking there. Growing up, I didn't know someone else that like stutter until I was in my late teens. And as a young adult, I started to know people who like stutter. I would encounter from time to time, but still was very rare. And because of that, I felt like a taboo topic that I shouldn't be talking about because no one knows what it is. People don't know I stutter. Even my own family didn't know. So I think that there's such an importance of creating a community and be able to share experiences and support each other in our journey, and to make sure that we are not isolated. Because I was talking to a director of one of our departments at work. So besides the Stuttering Society, I have a 9 to 5 job from Monday to Friday. That's why I keep talking about my work, my other work. and she has a son who is 26, who also like stutters. And she was telling me how intelligent, how capable he is, but how he's so often hiding. He cannot get a job. He is like struggling so much. He's constantly isolating. He has no friends. And it really broke my heart because it's sad to see someone so capable that can do so much, having a difficulty to handle their own journey and not being able to come to terms, or finding it really, really difficult to go through this. So that's on the topic of like well-being, of course, to address the emotional well-being of people, and also to encourage them to be at peace with their own stutter, and to build a community that gives them the practical support that they need, and to raise, of course, awareness, which is so quintessential. It's so important because, as they were talking previously, one of the reasons that we feel the way we feel sometimes is because around us there's so much misunderstanding about what is stuttering, and the judgment sometimes can be greater than what we can handle. And you have to have a lot of self-confidence about yourself to be able to handle with grace and to go through it without feeling absolutely terrible or just feeling down. So what is stuttering for the people who don't know? I'm sure probably there are some people who have already seen, so my apologies if you're just seeing this again.
The Raiani Stuttering Society is an interactive platform that also works as a social media for people who stutter. After registering and creating an account on our website, people have access to a lot of different features. They can add other members as friends, can send private messages, can write on the forum, can create content for our blog, can share their stories dealing with stuttering, can join different groups based on their interests, can find other members living in the same country and connect with them, and can watch our video interviews with HR professionals talking about job interviews and the best way to approach stuttering in the workplace. So if you stutter or if you're interested in this topic, go check out our website at www.stuttering.society.com. I'll see you there.
Okay, so this was quicker than I thought. Sorry. The video started playing very quick. But so yeah, so that is a little bit about what is the Stuttering Society in 1 minute for those who don't know much about it yet. And the Stuttering Society impact and reach is we have people from nearly 30 countries from 4 different continents, over actually nearly, I think now it's actually over 500 registered members. We have more than 80 interviews, and the website is also available in English, French, and also in Portuguese. So if you speak one of these languages, please join us. It would be great. And this is just about, these are some pictures with some of the people that I met through Stuttering Society. Yuhian, who I think he's also going to be talking, he's just here next to me, but you don't see him in the picture here. But some of you might probably know him. Steven also, who is very, very active in the stuttering community. This here from the Belgium, on the right top part is with the people from the Belgium Stuttering Association, and yeah, many other people. The key challenges with the Stuttering Society are the time constraints of juggling 2 jobs, 2 things, finding the right professionals, keeping the relevance, how to make sure that the content that I am, let's say, putting there on the platform is relevant to users, and the financial constraints, of course, because the platform operates on a free model. So there are also some financial constraints. But that's about Stuttering Society. But I just would like to take these final minutes just to now move a little bit from the community to just encourage, people who stutter, who are here today, to just think about who they really are and try to not constantly put themselves down or paralyze themselves because of the way they talk, because there's so much more that we can do. And sometimes just talking about it can actually help a lot of other people. For instance, since I joined the disability inclusion at my workplace, which is an international organization with around 5,000 people working, so it's a massive place. I remember that one of my, let's say, observations was that the higher view, the recruitment process is based on an automatic interview video, which you given 30 seconds to read the question and 2 to 3 minutes to answer. And then it goes automatically to the next question. So I told them, for person who stutters, it's impossible to follow these recruitment process, because it filters you out. If you stutter and you have 2 minutes to answer and it goes automatically to the next question, you fail. And what happens was that by talking about it, they actually extended. They give people now the option to extend to 10 minutes that you can answer the question in 10 minutes rather than 2 minutes for people who need more time. So this is just by talking to the HR people and telling them that the challenges that I had to go through when I was getting hired. And because of this conversation in a coffee meeting over a coffee, they changed it now. So now any person being going through the job interview process can actually option for the 10 minutes longer interview. And just by talking, I am probably helping hundreds, maybe thousands of other people who will get hired in the future. So just like this shows the importance of raising awareness and making sure that our voice matters and counts. Because many times people will not actually discriminate if they see that you're comfortable with yourself. So, and you can help not only yourself, but you can help other people as well. So become who you are. And also for the like speech therapists who are here, just encourage the patients to just come to terms and just be who they are, and just know that it's okay to stutter. It's okay to stutter. There's nothing wrong with that, to speak a little bit differently, and that we should just be absolutely okay with being us. We are all unique. We are all different. And our differences, they don't make us more. They don't make us also less. They're just there to shape who we are. It's just a part of us. So I would like to thank everyone for listening to me, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, for this invitation. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much.